girl's on, the Minn Kota Terrova, 112 pound, 36 volt, 87 inch shaft. As you can see, I'll just come down and have a look at the shaft. And to the prop, where that prop sits now is probably about 2 inches below the keel. 2 inches below the keel, and I've probably got about 10 inches of shaft left, so I can adjust that down further. So depending on where the fishing is, whether it's open water or sort of shallower creek fishing, I've got plenty of movement there. I'm pretty excited because tomorrow's the first go. So you can see there on the actual base plate, I've got one of the Covix locks that was ordered online. That looks pretty good. It looks quite rigid, and I actually feel quite safe to leave that on there now, because the actual base plate itself, the pin going through is quite tight, and as you'll see when I get up the top, you'll see why. But there it is. I'm pretty excited. We got a bit of wind about today, but tomorrow we got about 6 knots. Bugger all swell, and we're heading about 60 k's out, so tomorrow's the day. Use a 36 volt battery. Probably see a little bit of the wiring there, reasonably neat. And I've just got that connected up into a 60 amp weatherproof circuit breaker, so it's nice and easy. The thing that's really good, all the cabling's hidden, can't be seen. I've already been out for a trial run with the battery in, and that does not move. I was a bit upset to lose a bit of storage space in there, but surprisingly, I can still fit quite a few tackle boxes in there. So let's get up the front and have a look. Okay, so there's the big girl set up there. At this stage, I haven't really done much with the wiring. I just want to see what I'm going to do with the cables, how it sits, how it all rides and turns. I am going to put some spiral wound protection conduit over that. Now what I've also done is just temporarily, I've got my Anderson plug connection into here. We'll see how that goes. Now, what I have also done here, I've actually put a rubber mount. You can see it's compressed a bit, but I didn't want to grind back this surface here, because if or when it does come off, when I'm out for a family, doing some whale watching, this non-slip protective coat, I didn't want to take it off, so I actually have put that, it's probably about 3-4 mil rubber there underneath the base plate. So we're just going to see how it goes. But all in all, I'm pretty happy. So tomorrow we'll do a quick run. We'll hopefully get some fish and see if it improves the fishing, which I hope it does. Now, I am in two minds how I plan to run that shaft, if I actually put the prop in or the prop out. Because obviously the head of the iPilot link is a bit longer to the left, and when that goes to the right, I've got about 3 inches. I've still got to put the actual support bracket on, but I'm just going to see how it goes, how much movement we've got, and which is the best position to have it in. But that's it there, it looks good. Yeah, we're very excited. The other thing that I did forget to show you was the heading sensor. I had a fair bit of thought process go into it. I decided not to put it on the gunnels up the front, really just due to the accessibility of the cabling, so I could actually run straight through here and get a 12 volt power source. My Simrad GPS is in the same position, so I was quite happy to leave it here. There we are with the prop mounted inside. When the prop's mounted on the inside of the hull, you can see where that main head sits. And I'll do a quick spin and I'll show the other way. There we are, that's prop out. And I'll spin back around. And you can see how it does sit quite a bit closer there to the actual cab. So like you can see, there is some movement there. So without that bracket on, that will hit. So tomorrow, I think I'll just sort of tie that off and see how it goes, but I will start with prop on the inside. And I think that'll be a better ride. So I probably haven't shown you the top of the boat here. I've got a 250 watt panel. I'm in two minds. That charges the 2 house batteries, and the start battery, we get anywhere between 8 to 10 amp hours of charge. I am considering putting another probably 100 watt panel to the side, purely for the Minn Kota, but I just want to see how that goes, get some good use out of it tomorrow. and we'll see what our charge rates are, what our usage is, and yeah, we'll rip in. Well, I guess we've got a bit of a different view. Finally, the Minn Kota's installed. To say I'm excited is an understatement. It's just myself, the wife, and maybe your mate coming out tomorrow. We've got the young fella at work, the daughter's going to have a sleep in. Like I said, we're only probably doing maybe 60, 70 Ks out, but tomorrow, according to Willy Weather, we've got 6 knots of southerly, we've got about 0.3 to 0.4 of a metre swell at about 14 seconds. So that should pretty much give us a glass off. There's bugger all wind coming in through the night. It's a bit windier today than planned, but hopefully that'll drop off and that'll give us a really good run. We plan to get out at about 4:30 at the boat ramp, be out at the spot. If it's good weather, not much swell, we're just going to hammer out there. That's one thing. Oh, do I put radar on? I'm quite confident with the path that we've got there that we're going. There's no boats, there's no vessels. We've got our lights, we've got our nav lights. We don't do anything silly, but yeah, we're pretty excited. So hopefully that's giving you a good understanding of the install of the Minn Kota. So what we've also got, I've got the liquid containment. I have got the fuel bladder. That's on its way. I was hoping that'd turn up today. We'll do a bit of a quick video on that, show you guys where it's going to go. That's going to go in the kill tank. That's for our big trips when we go to the Monties and we do the Kimberley next year. Big plans, big trip. Time's a factor. As per usual, I will complain. I do Monday to Friday, just like the rest of you guys probably do. We only get Saturday, Sunday, and our annual leave. We've got such an amazing waterway up here. We want to use it. So next month, we've got a long weekend here in WA. We plan to go to Dampier Archipelago, spend the weekend down there. I seriously can't wait. But anyway, tune in. If you haven't already liked the page, subscribe, like it, share it. I don't know. My kids take the piss. I don't take second takes. It's one recording. I don't know what I'm doing, but I'm just trying to show you guys what we do. Anyway, have fun. See you guys. Battery and all the tackle storage back in there. So we haven't really lost too much, but it can be a bit difficult, but it's a matter of being organised. And yeah, I like that setup. I haven't shown you before is the fridge. We had a quick look. That's a 75 litre Waeco. Yeah, really happy on fridge slides, and I'll just slide that out. And there she is in all its glory. 75 litre Waeco. Got the dual zone. That side there. I just leave the rags in there. When I do close the doors, I just throw a rag in there, get a bit of air circulation when it's not in use. But surprising the amount of food and drinks that you can get in there, and there is nothing better than getting into an esky and not having to get drinks out. Well, I guess it's pretty good when you have a bush chook with a bit of blood and guts over it, but still getting a bit older now, so I like them straight out of the freezer. Sliding a bit, but that's okay. There she is, away, all good. Okay, here's our little solar controller. What we've got sort of battery 1, which takes 80% of the charge, which is our house batteries, and battery 2 there takes 20% of the charge. I'll just go through it briefly. So the arrow down is we're getting 22 volts. That's 80-20, it's split between the batteries. Let's see what we've got coming in. So we've had 30 amp hours since 6 o'clock this morning. 8.7 amps max, we're midday right now. And currently we're sitting at 7.8 amps. So let's go to battery 1, which is a house, which is 212 volts. We're currently sitting at 13.6 amps. We've copped 16 amp hours coming in. That's our minimum battery voltage before getting charged. Maximum's now 13.9. And right now we've had 16 amp hours of charge going to the house batteries, which is pretty good. Let's have a look at our start battery. So we'll go through the process. So currently 13.8. We've had 6 amp hours of charge go into it from the solar. We're currently sitting at 13.8, and our max has been 13.9. We can also go to the house here where it says we're 35 degrees. It's currently 525, which is wrong. But yeah, that's our little solar setup. Those little, the SRP0240RM. It's a little remote module. I think it's great. It sits above here. You can monitor it any time. You got your charge. You got your little fault light there if anything comes up. Really good basic setup. You can obviously change those charge percentages, but I like the 80% going into the house battery, which runs a fridge, all our gear, and the start battery obviously gets charged up from alternator as well. So yeah, good setup.